but I just told Charlotte, I was like, we're not going to SeaWorld anymore. She's like, no. She's been so rude, dude. Like, so rude.
You just
to
made
me.
the same face she makes. No. Fun times.
Yes. Hello, everybody.
Hello, this is our podcast, What's with the Neighbors. That is Bree.
Yeah, and that's Amy. And this week we're doing
Hometown
horrors. Because it's
it's
spooky season. It's already spooky season, but like it's Spooktober.
Spooktober. I just picked a scab and it started bleeding, so I soaked it up with my earplug.
Tips with Amy. Tips with Miss Frizzle, the true crime.
I also just woke up from a nap, and I said I was going to check my face in the mirror before I logged on, and didn't. And then I chose to just stick with it. It's a little shiny. It's fine.
It's beautiful. It's okay. I had to have my picture taken for my license today, and I had a double chin. Yeah. But like, he asked me, he's like, "Is this okay?" Like, he's like, "Do you want to come check it?" And I'm like, "Okay." And I don't want to be like any trouble. So like, I'm not that person that's like, "Oh, no, we need to redo that." And then also like, I don't want like everybody like looking at me and like being like uncomfortable. Like,
right. Like you're Kim
make
Kardashian.
A really pretty pose. Yes.
Yeah.
And I brought up Kim Kardashian, whatever. And, Josh is like, "Just go check it, 'cause you know you're going to want to." And I was like, "Okay." And I checked it and I hated it. And I was like, "It's fine." And then we left in there and I was like, "I hate this picture.
I hate it."
It's fine.
Aw, man. I'm sorry.
Okay. We can't all bring makeup artists and special
Shut down the
photographers
whole
to our DMV.
Government. Yeah, government.
That's bullshit.
Facility. It really is.
But also, if I were rich and famous, I would not do that.
I would give my money to the poor. That's a lie. So I have something funny to tell you. So today, we celebrated National Native American Day. I'm probably saying that wrong, so please, you guys, don't correct me.
I'm not saying anything wrong.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, Native American Day.
And so at work we did that, and so we got pizza at lunch, like we had it delivered, and then we also had a. Sorry if you can hear my dogs barking or my parents' dogs barking. We had a speaker come and talk to us, and it was about a seminar on active shooting. Like if an active shooter were to like come in and like actively shoot people.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. So that was fun. And then later on we made dream catchers.
You made dream catchers for Native American Day?
Yeah.
That's so cool. You did like an activity at your work?
Yeah, it was 2 hours long. That's what I was wondering.
What? You should be leading these seminars. Whatever.
Yeah, so we made dream catchers, but they like went all out. They bought like all these amazing different colors of ribbons and yarn and different types of beads and feathers and all this stuff. And then we had to learn how to actually make like a real dream catcher, and I failed miserably. But I gave it to Alice and she loved it. So
So working, I'm sorry.
I know.
There's nothing at all. Like, I think it's great to acknowledge Native American Day, but I just think it's odd that it was celebrated at your workplace.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It's like, oh, it's Grandparents' Day. Bring your grandparents. Like, are they going to do that?
That would be miserable, actually.
I just feel like they're going to celebrate. Are they going to celebrate every holiday? It's National Cheeseburger Day, which actually that was last week, or earlier this week.
Oh, but
that was a really long. Sound like your cat at first, or a door squeaking. Dude, shout out. Okay, so you guys all heard about the whole F-35 thing gone missing. Yeah. Shout out to my buddy, Brittany, in South Carolina. She took the 911 dispatch call for that.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Your friend wild. Brittany works at the 911 dispatcher and she hasn't sent in a story. Brittany.
She said she's had some story. I know. I don't know if I don't think she listens to us. I don't know. Do you, Brittany? Do you listen to us? If she does,
she probably can't. Just like my work.
She is highly obsessed with Taylor Swift, so I am. I'm not sorry.
Maybe she wrote you off
for the things that I've said. She knows I don't like Taylor Swift.
That is so cool, though, dude. Shout out, Brittany. I hope you did Brittany. Great.
She paused during it, and she said she like paused during the call because you can listen to it online, and you hear her stop. She's like, I'm sorry, what? They're like, oh, a jet. This guy got ejected from a jet, and she's like, hold on a second.
I need to see if this is a prank call.
911, what's the address of the emergency? Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
I guess we got a pilot at our house, and he says he got ejected. So he ejected from the plane. So we just see if we could get some ambulance, please.
I'm sorry, what happened?
We got a pilot in the house, and I guess he landed in my backyard, and we're trying to see if we could get a ambulance to the house, please.
Okay, so like, how, okay, what is the phone number that you're calling from? Okay, we're getting help on the way. Give me just a moment.
Yeah, no problem.
I just wasn't there. Okay, I'm in the house. I made it in the neighborhood. I don't know what happened. It's a big fail.
Okay, are you with the patient now?
Yes.
Okay, how old is the patient?
47. So we had a military jet crash. I'm the pilot. We need to get rescue rolling. I'm not sure where the airplane is. It would have crash landed somewhere. I ejected.
Okay, how far did he fall?
I was at 2,000 feet.
Okay, and what caused the fall?
An aircraft failure.
Okay. Okay, is there any serious bleeding?
I don't know. I can't see myself.
No, he looks fine. He's just a couple scratches.
What did the other person say?
I feel okay. My back just hurts.
Okay.
Has there been a report of an airplane crash?
I have not seen any come up yet. Okay, what part of the body was injured?
Ma'am, I'm a pilot in a military aircraft, and I ejected, so I just rode a parachute down to the ground. Can you please send an ambulance?
Yes, sir. I've already told you they're on their way. I'm just required to ask these questions while they're en route.
That is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you before we start our stories.
Shoot.
And I'm trying to like get my camera at my table.
Yeah, I see you moving a lot. We
Yeah,
dancing
it's
here.
like, it's because I don't have my rug down, so it's like keeps like not wanting to go where I want it to go. Okay, so I have a question for you. Let's say you saw me arguing with a stranger on the street. What would be your first initial thought we were fighting about?
Probably something random. If it was, it would depend. It would depend on like what this person looked like. Like, I don't know what your surroundings were.
Okay. Let's say we're in the middle. Okay, I see what you're saying. So let's do a scenario. Let's say we're at Walmart. We're at Fairbanks Walmart.
We're there.
Okay. And I'm just doing my normal shopping, and you see me arguing with a stranger.
They took something off the shelf before you could get it.
Who do you think I am?
Or they were trying to take a picture of your kid.
Ooh, yeah.
Because that's a common thing that happens here.
Yeah, it is.
And terrifying.
Very scary.
What would you think I'd be arguing about? Oh my gosh.
someone saw your Harry Potter shirt and said Harry Potter sucks?
I'm not a very argumentative
No, you're
person,
not.
so I'd be like, you're entitled to your own opinion, buddy. Okay, bye, have a good day. And then
Cry.
I'd be 2 aisles over, and I'd be talking loudly about how they're such a jerk and they're stupid, but I would not say it to their face.
I know.
There's no way. I'd be like, people in here are so dumb. They don't like Harry Potter. And Josh would be like, let's go. Stop it.
Brie.
Stop
Shut up,
it.
Brie.
No, that's how I argue
Confront
back
people.
at people. Yeah. I'm very non-confrontational.
I also
Passive
will
aggressive.
say, passive aggressive. I will say in the stores, I definitely, if someone's like being rude, I will say like, that is so rude. And then I just keep walking. Like, I don't give them a second to like say something back.
Yeah.
I like keep going. So
That's kind of passive aggressive. You're passing them and being aggressive. So I'd say
There you
that's
go.
under the...
it's passing. It's aggressive and passing.
Yes, aggressive in passing. Mine was just passive aggressive. All right. Glad we cleared that up.
Okay. So, are you going first or am I going first?
I don't remember. Who cares? I'll go first.
Okay.
Or I'll read my neighborhood story.
Okay.
All right. So I had to click on this link because I saved it as a link because it's a whole like news story.
Oh.
Can you still see me?
Yeah. Can
Okay.
you see me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Oh, son of a pup. Oh, no. Okay. It's this one. Never mind. Okay. So this one was on the Today Show.
Oh.
And it is titled "Family Decorates Their House with a Different Halloween Scene Every Day of the Month." And they have
that
like
sounds exhausting.
skeletons. So I'm gonna show you, or I'm gonna describe to you, and I'll post all these later. So
Okay.
they've got like this whole family of skeletons. So the first picture, a family of skeletons. We've got the cat. It looks like spinning a spinner. We've got a twister
There's a-
mat out, and another kitty cat, and some other family members watching. I'm wondering if that one has a beer. But they're playing Twister. This one's leg is completely
love
off
that.
of him. That is adorable. So the next one we have is the family's playing golf, and it looks like one of the skeletons is holding a putter thingy, whatever that's called.
Uh-huh.
And this guy looks like he
A
got
golf
hit
club?
by a golf ball. Yeah, golf club. Thank you. And then we got the dog over here. Whole family's in the group playing golf.
Oh my gosh.
Typical Sunday. Here we have a scene from Hocus Pocus with the three sisters, and it says,
Oh,
"Sisters, we
cute.
fly." And it has some, other skeletons singing,
Oh
looks like.
my gosh.
And here they're camping. They've got a whole tent set up. Like, that's so much mess to have to clean up. They got a fire. They got guy with a camping backpack on. And then this
Oh
one,
my
we have a whole
gosh.
mushing team.
That is so cute.
And that's it for now. Maybe they'll continue to post that was that's a recent thing too. So
That is so cute.
exit out of that.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I thought
gosh.
that was
Thank you
cute.
for sharing that.
Did it stop sharing?
That
my
was
screen?
cute.
Oh, that was easy. That's cool. It let me click what link I wanted to share that I had up. So
Oh, that's nice.
handy dandy. How about
Yeah.
that?
I love that.
All right.
So for our hometown horse, I'm doing something a little bit different.
I like different.
And yeah, I am going to describe to you different Ring camera or security camera footages that have been caught on camera.
Oh, cool. Okay. Are you can we post them later?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just got to
if you
find
have
the links again. Yeah. Okay, so this footage was captured in Flint, Michigan on April 24th, 2003. The house had 2 Ring cameras, one above the garage and the other was a Ring doorbell camera. Around 10 p.m., a man in a red jacket and another person just behind him were shown walking up to the house's front door. Before knocking or ringing the doorbell, the man in the red jacket immediately starts trying to break down the door. Like he turned his back to the door and was like kicking it in with his foot.
Oh my gosh.
The Ring camera falls to the ground from the impact, but the door itself doesn't move. After those few seconds, the man walks around to the house's side door and again immediately starts trying to break that door down. By this point, the homeowner had woken up in a panic, and so she checked her security camera footage for an explanation. They noticed their doorbell camera was on the ground, so they switch over to the other camera. And as the banging noises rang out throughout the house, they can now see what's going on. The homeowner says, "Hello," over the Ring speakers and scaring off the two men. And the police were called out to the property. But when they reviewed the footage, they reviewed the footage, they noticed that one of the men was actually armed, but they were never able to identify by the police.
Okay.
The two men. Yeah.
That's terrifying to see that on your own camera. That I'm always like, anytime I get a notification at night, usually it's because someone's headlights are too bright or like the wind blows just right and it like shifts something in my camera. And I'm always terrified to open up that notification and
I don't want to see it. Yeah.
Nope.
I feel
like the one time they're going to be there. All right. That was a chilling one.
Sorry.
It's fine. That's the whole point of our podcast. So you're welcome, people. We have another story from What the H?
What the H?
What the H? Sorry.
I'm looking forward to when her life kind of settles down.
I know. It's going to be a while. All right. So I think this is the third one I've done.
No offense, H.
No offense. No offense. All right. So at 17, the group of us moved out of the house and into an apartment nearby.
Understandable.
I think that us leaving aggravated the presence and that lived in the downstairs, as whenever we returned, the activity seemed to have increased. My mother's physical and mental health began to decline, and we hold the belief that whatever was here contributed to this, as if it was feeding off of her. At 20, I had to temporarily move back in while waiting for a new apartment to be ready for me. My mother's hoarding had gotten worse, and the only place in the house where the carpet were somewhat clean and the smell was less offensive was downstairs in the creepy area.
Oh boy.
I considered living in my boyfriend's car as opposed to being downstairs alone. That's pretty bad. But I told myself that I was being a baby and that this was realistically my only option. The
you were
older
not
I
being
got,
a baby, H.
No, I don't blame you. The older I got, the stronger and angrier the presence became. But also, let's remember that this is in Alaska. So like living in your boyfriend's car would have sucked in the wintertime.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure what time of year this was. The older I got, the stronger and angrier this presence became. And every now on and again, something creepy would happen and I would call a friend and stay on the phone until the presence receded and I felt less scared. One summer night, one of my other best friends, who we will call friend B, hung out with me until later at night. We had to return home and mentioned that he hoped he'd make it with how little gas he had in his car and that his phone was dead already. I reassured him that he would, and he left around 1 or 2 a.m. Because it was summer, it was plenty light out, but as this didn't bother me, I had all the curtains on the ground level windows open in both rooms. I would too. Unless I was using the bathroom, I kept the door separating the living room and the guest bedroom area closed in order to feel more secure. The feeling of the hostile presence was strongest in a particular corner of that room, and I tried whatever I could to minimize the feeling of being watched. I put on a movie and lay down to fall asleep, but before I could drift off, I heard knocking on the window above me. Loud and super clear. There was no mistaking it. I quickly stood up to look through the window, assuming it was my friend returning because of the car issues. I saw nobody, but expected him to let himself in through the front door, so I sat back down. A minute or two passes, and I feel very strongly that I was not alone. Then came an identical knock on the window in the bedroom. I ran into the room and again saw no one. I was suspicious, but assumed my friend was messing with me. Why else would he not just let himself back in when he practically lived here? I sat back down on my bed, and just as I did, the knocking resumed on the window above me. The second I stood back up, I heard the knocking come from the bathroom window this time. There was no way someone could run to that area that quickly. I froze as the knocking moved to the bedroom window. And then within seconds, it happened at the front door. Despite knowing it was impossible for someone to move that quickly, I ran to the door and threw it open just to see that I was alone. Friend B's car was nowhere to be seen. Fearful, I returned downstairs into the strong hostile feeling environment and called my boyfriend to make me feel less alone. Shortly after he picks up, I hear firm footsteps upstairs and breathe a sigh of relief. My mom was awake and having someone else in the house awake made me feel a bit better. The next morning, in yet another effort to convince my mom the house was haunted, I relayed the experience to her only to receive a quizzical look from her. I don't know what you heard, probably the pipes creaking, but I didn't get up last night at all. My blood ran cold as I realized I had heard footsteps, not the familiar shuffle of her footsteps. Whatever was downstairs was playing games with me. And that is from What the H. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, H, for sharing that.
Yes, thank you, H. And also, if anybody has heard me chewing, I didn't realize it was loud, so I'm sorry. So,
okay, so this homeowner in Texas got a knock at their door for a DoorDash delivery around 1:20 in the morning.
Is this another camera one?
Yes, they all are camera ones.
Oh, cool. Okay, fun.
Yeah. So only the homeowner had not ordered DoorDash. She was sleeping. It was only her and her nephew in the home at the time. She remembers waking up to a metal clinking sound, but didn't think much of it until she noticed damage to the outside of her house the next morning. So she heard this like clinking sound. She didn't think much of it. She thought it was like the wind or something like that. But then the next morning she saw some damage to the side of her house. So she's like, that's weird. So she looked at her cameras, both the footage from her doorbell camera and the one that she had set up in her backyard. And this is what she saw. She saw a woman standing at the door claiming to be from DoorDash at 1:20 in the morning to 2 a.m. This could be written off as like someone that was like DoorDash, like determined to, deliver their delivery.
40 minutes or whatever, however long that was.
But not knowing it was the wrong address. But the footage in the backyard changed her mind. At 2 a.m., 4 men were found running to the backyard and tried to gain entry into the home through a window. It's likely they planned on entering through the front door by ambushing the person that opened the door for the DoorDash delivery. But since there was no answer, they resorted to trying the backyard while the fake DoorDash deliverer stayed out front as a distraction.
Oh my gosh.
Fortunately, the 4 men would be unsuccessful at opening the window, so they were shown running away from the house from the backyard camera. The 4 men and the woman at the front door were all seen leaving the area together in a dark-colored sedan, and they were never caught by police.
Oh my, that's terrifying.
I know.
That was in Texas?
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
I know.
Oh. That's like
stresses me out.
You never know what happens in neighborhoods. I know my brother had his truck broken into a couple months ago, and I guess almost everyone in the neighborhood had their vehicles broken into.
Jeez.
Okay. So my next story is a legend, and it is a Japanese legend.
Ooh.
It's called The Girl in the Bathroom. Why is there so many things about ghosts and girls in the bathroom? I don't know.
I think you're just drawn to them because of Harry Potter.
Moaning Myrtle. I'm really not. I just looked up legends in different countries. So, This one just popped up, and it spoke to
Sure
me.
it did.
Like, morning. Anyway, in Japan, the schools contain an... All right. Sorry, let me restart that. In Japan, if you go into the girls' bathroom on the 3rd floor of the building and walk to the 3rd stall, you might find this girl in the bathroom. So the thing goes, like, you have to knock 3 times and call her name, which is Hanako-san.
Bloody
And
Mary.
when you open the stall door, a little girl with a bob haircut and a red skirt will be there. She wants friends to play with, or maybe she wants to drag you to hell through the toilet.
Okay, those are both extreme. Okay, first off, maybe I don't want to be your friend, and maybe I don't want to go to hell through a toilet.
Maybe I don't want to go through the toilet. So, depending on which part of Japan you live in, she may have a bloody hand and grab you, or be a lizard that devours you. So, like, it could go one way, or it can go, like, a completely different direction.
Wait, so this is at any school?
Yes, I believe so. Yes, from what it made it sound like. It's just at the 3rd floor in the 3rd stall. Hanako-san has become a fixture of Japanese urban folklore over the last 70 years. The most popular origin story from the tale holds that during World War II, the schoolgirl was using the bathroom when a bomb fell on top of the building. The school collapsed on top of Hanako-san, who has been trapped there ever since. But Hanako isn't the only schoolgirl who haunts Japan's school bathrooms. Kashima Riko, another young girl, was said to have been cut in half by a train. Now her disfigured spirit inhabits bathrooms, asking children who enter the stalls where her legs are. The legend goes that if Kashima is not satisfied with their answer, she will rip their legs off too. That's fair. Eye for an eye.
Yeah, it's not their fault.
I mean, it's fine.
I feel like they just made that up to keep kids from going to the bathroom.
Just stop going to the bathroom and playing around.
Basically.
I'll pass.
I love that movie.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Okay. So this one is another Ring camera. So in June of 2019, multiple homes in Chicago got a visit from a man claiming to be an investigator known as Jeff Rushmore, like a cop investigator. The only problem is that the man actually did not exist. Jeff Rushmore did not exist. This man was impersonating an investigation with the local police department, fully equipped with a fake uniform, fake badge, and fake radio chatter. So, like, in the video, you can hear his radio going off, and it sounds like cops are talking, like, psh,
oh my gosh,
10-4, like, stuff like that. He rang the doorbell, but the owner doesn't answer the door. He continued to stay in character, and even though they weren't at the door yet. And he even faked a callback on the radio reporting the owner did not answer the door. Another home in the area equipped with the Ring doorbell camera shows the same man. This time the homeowner does answer the door. He says, "Hi, I'm with Winfield Police Department. I'm investigator Jeff Rushmore, one of your neighbors down the street." And then the video cuts off right there. The homeowner then later claimed that the man explains a missing person case, and when the homeowner says he doesn't know anything about it, the interaction ended. The motives behind him impersonating an investigator are still unknown. Often there are cases like this where the man is simply trying to get people to open their door, thinking that they're safe, but proceed to rob them, or sometimes worse. I honestly believe that he was testing the waters and was waiting to feel more confident before things escalated. I think he was trying to see how often people will open the door and then gain that confidence to go to the next step.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then according to the recent developments, the man was never identified.
So, like, was he asking about real missing persons cases?
No.
Okay, because I was gonna say, what if he's like a dad that's like trying to be a civil, whatever.
Yeah, no, he
like
was just
citizen. I don't remember what that's called. There's a movie called it. It's like where a citizen is doing like a cop's job and finding out and saving the day. I don't know what they're called. I can't remember.
There's things called like a citizen's arrest.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dude, I want to make a citizen's arrest one day. That'd be so cool. Anyway, that was a good one. And also now I'm terrified to open the door for cops. How would you prove otherwise?
Ask for their badge. Okay, so if you're in this situation, great question, Brie. I'm glad you asked. If this is ever a situation, you can always answer through your security camera. If you don't have a camera, you can say it through the door. They can hear you. You can hear them. Ask for their badge number and say, would you mind me calling the local police department to verify your identity? And any police officer will say, absolutely, that is fine.
Yeah, because they're like, I don't blame you. Like, this is why we...
Yeah. Yep. The same, if you have multiple police departments, like county and stuff like that, you just say, like, you know, what department are you with? They'll tell you, like, Fairbanks Police Department or California Highway Patrol, whatever. If you're on the road and there's an officer in an unmarked car and then attempts to pull you over and you're suspicious, which you should always be suspicious, you can always continue to drive. I would pull over to the furthest lane to the left, call 911, call the dispatch, and say, I have an officer pulling me over. I'm suspicious about the vehicle. Can you please verify the vehicle following me? This is where I am. This is my license plate number. This is my car description. And the dispatcher will be able to verify their identity that way.
Okay. That makes sense. That was a big thing in Florida. I'm sure that's a big thing everywhere, but I know in our, like, the area that we lived in, there was a couple of unmarked vehicles that were, like, pulling people over and, like, robbing them.
Yep. So always just, that's actually advice directly from a police officer, police department on what to do.
Okay. Thank you, police officers. Yeah. You guys didn't see that, but we saluted.
We saluted
me. I don't think that's what you do that. Oh, yeah. Okay.
We bowed.
So, I'm a wreck today. Okay.
You're good.
This next one, I have never done one of these before, so.
Oh.
I have a glitch in the Matrix story.
Oh, I love this.
Boo, 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 boo. I don't know what that noise was. Okay, so, all right, I found this on... it was called Thought Catalog. I think it was like an article. So it says, when I was little, 6 years old, my parents took us to Disneyland in Florida. We went to go watch one of those shows with parrots. During the middle, I had to go to the bathroom, so my mom took me.
It's called Tiki Room.
Oh my gosh. And my mom took me and left my dad and my sister to watch the show. When we came back, the entire stadium was empty, so we thought the show ended, and we went back to the bathroom area to wait for my dad, thinking that that's where he must have taken my sister, since that was the only bathroom in the area.
Right.
We sat on the bench.
There's actually a better bathroom. It's in the Tiki Room, in the waiting area. I'm sorry. Tell the story.
You're good. No, you're good.
That's the best bathroom in Disneyland. It's the best bathroom in the because it's like never crowded because no one knows about it.
Oh, there you go, people. The best bathroom in Disneyland or Disney World?
Disneyland. Oh, did you say Disney World?
I think so. Yeah. No, it says Disneyland in Florida. So they mean Disney World.
Oh my God. They mean Magic Kingdom. Ugh. They mean Magic Kingdom, and there is no bathroom in the waiting area for the Tiki Room. So I can understand that. The bathroom is quite a ways away.
Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed right now. Okay, sorry guys, you had to endure that. Okay, so if you go to the Tiki Room, if you take your kids there, there's not a bathroom near there. All right, so
you have to go to the gift shop. Okay, I'm done. There's a gift shop right next to the Sunglass Hut. or sorry, there's a bathroom in the area where the Sunglass Hut is, and also where the I'm done. Okay,
You sure? You don't want to finish?
Nope.
You sure?
And no, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. We sat on the bench and waited for 2 hours before my mom gave up. And this was pre-cell phone era.
Oh, yeah.
The only remarkable thing during this time was that one of those iguana lizard things was fighting a squirrel behind the bench. And I watched that with great joy. I actually remember
That'd be
this.
fascinating to watch.
We did some other stuff, then went back to the hotel room to wait for them. I'd be so pissed.
I would too.
The entire time, my mom was annoyed at my dad, fair, saying it's so irresponsible of him. A few hours after we got back to the hotel room, my dad and sister, who is a year younger than me, came back, and obviously they started arguing, both saying they were waiting for the other at the bathroom.
What?
Me and my sister, on the other hand, started telling each other about the lizard and the squirrel we saw fighting. Apparently, both of us saw what happened from the same vantage point on the bench. My parents stopped to listen to us and asked us to clarify. We both saw the same lizard, same squirrel fighting from the same point on the bench. It was one of those inexplicable occurrences, but they didn't give it further thought until me and my sister brought up remember that time we saw the lizard and the squirrel fight? And my mom was like, yeah, that was a weird day. That is so weird, though.
That is weird. But it makes me wonder, like, was there, like, something in between them? Like, there was a bench, but there was,
But you had to hear them.
That's true.
Like, if you're in that close proximity to see, like they said, like, they saw from, like, the same viewpoint. They saw the lizard and the squirrel. And then, like, they're waiting there for 2 hours sitting there, and they're clearly younger kids, so they're gonna make noise. So they had to have heard them.
Yeah, and I'm sure the mom is,
and
like,
I'm sure
kind
they
of
like
walking
walked
around.
Yeah, I'm sure they had to walk around every now and then and like circle the area, make sure they didn't see them coming. Like, that is so freaking weird.
That is
that
weird.
They were there at the exact same time, but like
and
didn't see
like
each
if
other.
they're watching the squirrel and the lizard fighting, I'm sure the kids were talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking too. Like, they're probably like narrating it the entire time. Like, look, Mom, look, watch that squirrel. Watch him. Oh, look at him jump. Oh, he's losing. Yeah.
And she's like, it's fine, Samantha. Like, yeah, I see it, Samantha.
We're waiting on your damn dad.
Oh, that's so weird. And like, as like a parent, like years later, they bring it up and like you still have no explanation. So you're just like, yeah, that was a weird day.
Yep, I remember that. Moving on.
Let's not talk about it. Okay, so my last one for a video camera is this video was captured in Kansas City. The doorbell footage shows a man appearing on the left side of the screen and climbing on the guardrail. He was trying to stay out of the frame as he attempted to, it says guardrail, like I'm guessing like a railing on the porch.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the left side of the screen and climbing on the guardrail. He was trying to stay out of the frame as he attempted to take the Ring camera off the home. Inside the home was a woman and her son. The man was the woman's ex-boyfriend. He failed to remove the camera, so he left, but returned 30 minutes later. This time, he threw a blanket or like some sort of cloth over the camera. The homeowner's son ran into the mom's room, frantic, telling her that their car was on fire. Police and firefighters were called to the scene, but before they got there, the fire destroyed the car. Police are currently looking for the homeowner's ex-boyfriend because he's gone.
Dang.
I'm sure he's been caught by now.
Yeah. Jeez, that's crazy.
I know.
I'd be so pissed.
I'd be so mad. Because he probably can't even afford to pay for it. So then you're just out of car.
And then, how do you think you're going to be out of view of one of those cameras? It's so hard to be out of view. They have such a wide, like, view. Like, mine gets almost our entire yard. Well, yeah, it does. It does get our entire yard.
Yes, it does.
It's crazy.
Yeah, ours got our entire yard too.
Ours can get license plates. That was one of like the selling points is that you can I'm sure a lot of them can get nice license plates nowadays. Yeah. Pretty cool. That's crazy. All right.
Bananas.
Let's wrap up this hometown horrors with one more creepy story. This one is I found off of BuzzFeed. It's a good one. Okay. It says, I lived in an old haunted house in college. Things got so weird that everyone moved out except for me and one roommate. Okay. So this person has each of the things numbered. So I'm going to read them off. Number 1. I woke up at 3 a.m. because my roommate's door kept opening and slamming shut. From bed, I yelled for him to stop, only to realize I was the only one home that weekend. As soon as I yelled, the slamming stopped. But the hippie beads I had hanging outside my college door began to sway perfectly. Such a college thing. I forgot about this story. It's just so funny. Go slamming the hippie beads shut like. Oh, okay. I yelled the slamming stop, but the hippie beads I had hanging outside my closed door began to sway perfectly, yet violently against the door frame for half an hour, while I debated if I should pop out my air conditioning unit and jump out the window. I laid in the fetal position in the bed till it stopped. That's so sad.
I would too. But I wouldn't be in the fetal position. I'd be on my back.
I'd call someone and ask them to come get me. Yeah. No. Not curled to the side.
Unless their bed was up against a wall, I would have my back to the wall.
Mm-hmm. Same. I want to see everything. Number 2. I woke up at 3 a.m. alone again, hearing the Nintendo on the back porch. Again, another college thing. On the back porch playing loudly. I figured a drunk kid came in and started playing. So nonchalantly.
Oh my gosh.
I grabbed a bat and walked toward the back of the house as the music got louder and louder. As soon as I opened the door, it was completely quiet. Mind you, it was loud enough to wake me up. Number 3.
Wow.
I had friends over and told them the house was haunted. No one believed me, so I asked the ghost to do anything to prove it was there. As soon as I asked, all the lights in the house began to flicker for about a minute straight. This was the middle of the day, and everyone witnessed it. It's like drink every time the lights flicker. It's like a giant drinking haunted party.
Hey guys, you want to come over to my house for a drinking game?
If the beads sway, take a shot.
Take a shot.
Number 4.
If the lights flicker, everyone chug.
Chug. All right. Number 4. Almost everyone who stayed at my house had sleep paralysis at least once in the house.
Oh, I
hate sleep paralysis. Number 5. Every time something spooky happened, the house would smell like old lady flowery strong perfume. That's not that bad.
Aww. She was the house mom.
She's like, get out of my house. This is my house. Get your weed out of here, man.
Get your weed.
Get your paraphernalia and your porno out. Number 6.
You heathens.
Yeah. This house had a door built in the flooring that led to the basement. Nope, shouldn't have bought the house. We always had a rug covering it up, so no one knew it was there. Things would constantly go missing in the house and turn up in the basement. This house had a coal chute from when it was heated by coal back in the day. Missing stuff would always be placed on the chute for us to come and get. But, like, I can't blame them because it's not like they can move out there in college. Like, it's probably, like, 20 guys living in one house because they can't afford anything else.
They said everybody moved out but them.
Except for 2 people, yeah. That's
so maybe it was just a really good deal.
Maybe. It's like I can bear
Hate
the
that.
haunting. Number 7, roommate had some issues. Once while playing video games late at night, he saw mist kind of hovering from the kitchen and then move into the bathroom. The bathroom had a trap door that led us to the attic. That's where we figured the old lady ghost used to like to hang out. Trap doors, doors in the floors, no. Number 8.
do we have an attic and a basement and it's haunted?
And they're
But
like
it doesn't
hidden
sound like
too.
it's sinister. Yeah.
No, it just sounds like she's just an old grumpy lady and like doesn't like young college boys. Which, lady, come on,
Or maybe
you're in
she
heaven.
does and she's having fun.
Well, but yeah, maybe. Number 8, roommate was up late. He went to go lock the doors and turn off the lights. When he turned his back on the room, and walked to the door, someone breathed into his ear.
Ew, no.
He thought it
nope,
was me.
I'm good.
I was sleeping. He turned around,
No.
pissed himself, and ran to his room. He was too afraid to come out and turn off the lights and TV. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not funny, but it's just kind of
That's
comical
so
that
embarrassing.
it's still in like a college roommates thing. Oh, number 9, loud thumps in attic at all hours. For peace of mind, we told ourselves
no.
squirrels must have gotten in there.
Yeah, sure.
Dunk. Oh, that's just a squirrel. What? How heavy is this
They're
squirrel?
just really fat.
They're really fat squirrels. Number
that.
10, voices would wake us up in the middle of the night. I spent many mornings on the front porch waiting for the sun to come up before I went back in the house. Number 11.
That is rough.
Coincidentally, I had a few years later that... Number 11. Coincidentally, I had a friend years later that had rented from the same landlord, same town, different house, where he and all of his roommates moved out because the house was also haunted. I didn't think it was too weird until he was telling me that when all of the weird stuff happened, it was accompanied by an old lady flowery, stanky perfume. Also, a lot of people had sleep paralysis in that house as well. So maybe it's like the landlord bringing something in there.
That's what I'm wondering.
It's
Or
weird.
maybe he just changed it up each year. Or like he sold the other house and he's like, gotta bring grandma over to the new house.
He's just got like this like hidden like thing that goes in the house and it's like an urn or
Her
something.
urn.
Moves it to different houses. He's like, all right, I need some new roommates in here that'll respect this house more. Or new tenants.
Mom didn't like the other tenants, so I got
Mom. He's working with his mom in the afterlife. Mommy's here.
I absolutely love that. Oh my gosh.
It's a good one. All righty, let's hear your neighborhood story.
So it says, I think I found this on Reddit. It says, our neighbor is a strange woman with a lot of strange habits. For example, she waters her plants even when it's raining outside, and she complains about ice cream being cold, so she microwaves it first. So.
What? I do the same thing. I microwave my ice
because
cream.
it's too cold?
Yes. And no, I don't like it too, it's not because it's too cold. It's because I don't like it
frozen.
too hard. Yeah, and I like it to be like soft and runny, and then I put a little bit of milk in it.
Yeah,
I like
you're a weirdo.
like ice cream cereal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
You're an odd one. We actually we'll see you soon. Talk to you soon.
Yep.
Have you checked in on the neighbors?
What's in the neighbors? Bree and Amy.
Amy, out.
What's with the neighbors?
Nice.
Sorry, I forgot to do the high five.
Say hi to your cats for us. My
Meow.
cats aren't nearby. So.
Meow. There's a Gary meow. Oh, don't
Don't get dead.